representatives from the Government of Zimbabwe and the Zimbabwe Mine Action Centre, colleagues from the Diplomatic Corps and implementing partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to make a few remarks at the beginning of this three-day event. I start by reflecting, a few months ago I travelled to Rushinga district in Mudzi to learn about the incredible challenges and successes that in clearing Zimbabwe of landmines. And I stayed in Kachokero camp and joined the pre-dawn reveille as the brave men and women set out to another day in the grueling heat to clear Zimbabwe of landmines. And I spent the day speaking to the deminers and learning firsthand about the painstaking work of clearing these landmines. I saw how the landmines had been entangled in the undergrowth and in the trees, in the foliage after decades. I saw about how the painstaking work of clearing the foliage, identifying the landmines, marking them, removing them and exploding them. And I know that everyone in this room, like everyone in this room, I share a huge respect for those men and women and the challenging the work they undertake every day. They are literally making Zimbabwe and the world a better place. Removing landmines that have burdened communities for decades, making it unsafe to go to school, unsafe to fetch water, unsafe to farm, unsafe to graze on new pastures. Zimbabwean deminers are not just making Zimbabwe a better place, but they're making vital contributions around the world as well. In Lebanon, in Sudan, in Afghanistan, in Kuwait, and as far away as the Falkland Islands, where a determined team of deminers from Zimbabwe, thanks to their hard work, the Falklands was declared mine-free in November 2020. Indeed, His Majesty King Charles III awarded Zimbabwean deminer Philemon Gonomombe an honorary MBE, an honorary award in recognition of the services to safety on the Falkland Islands. Back in Zimbabwe, though, everyday interactions of demining experts, led by the Zimbabwe Mine Action Committee and in partnership with world-leading partners like HALO, like MAG, the Global Mine Action Programme has cleared nearly 6 million square metres of land, releasing over 13.8 square metres and destroyed over 250,000 anti-personnel mines. This kind of progress isn't without cost. As a leading funder since 2016, the UK government has funded $29 million, almost $4 million this year. And that makes Zimbabwe our second largest mine action commitment globally after Ukraine. When visiting Rushinga district, it was clear to see the incredible progress that justifies these costs, and perhaps more importantly, to see the end in sight. By finishing the job, we can collectively restore dignity to the communities who've had to live on the edge for decades, and we can open up access to the full range of government services for those communities. So I know all of us here are committed to partnering with Zimbabwe to achieve a mine-free Zimbabwe, a milestone that will be celebrated across the world. And I'm pleased to confirm that the United Kingdom will continue to fund Zimbabwe mine efforts, declearance efforts, until at least until March 2026, and I hope to be able to make further announcements in due course. So I want to conclude with a thank you to the Government of Zimbabwe, Honourable Defence Minister and ZIMAC for your role in convening us today and coordinating partners to make sure our efforts are coherent and efficient, and in supporting the government's strategy, and ultimately the families who've had to live through no fault of their own with the horrors of Jibambarera for decades. I thank you all.